Schottenheimer and hasn't coached a game yet, I realize, but just kind of your early impressions from what you've heard of him so far.
Yeah, I've known Brian a long time. First interaction with him, I guess, was going back to when he was with the Chargers. Hudson Houck, the offensive line coach there at the time, had been with the Cowboys for a number of years. And Brian was reaching out about some things that we did back when I played and kind of talking to him some of the coaching points about it. But and then over the years recently, just with the broadcasting and him being the offensive coordinator in Seattle and getting to know him a little bit there. And then, of course, him coming to Dallas, I interact with him then a little bit more. But, yeah, I think he's a good football coach. You never know exactly what someone's going to be when they're a head coach. And, you know, we'll see how it works out. But I'm pulling for him. I think he's obviously high energy, very positive. Sounds like everyone in the building really was hoping that he would be named the head coach. And as I've said before, you know, there were a lot of people just kind of scratching their head a little bit when he got named as the head coach because of his age and the fact that he hadn't had an opportunity yet. But, you know, now it's he's going to be judged by the same things that everyone else is, whether he can win games or not. And sounds like right now, of course, there's 32 teams right now in the league that are really optimistic and feeling good about what they did this offseason and how OTAs are going. And, you know, I always kind of laugh a little bit when I read the articles of what's happening this time of year and how positive everybody is. And the reality of it is that there's going to be a lot of teams that aren't very good. And who those teams are going to be, we'll find out. But I'm pulling for him and hoping that he does well.
What do you think of the Pickens acquisition? Incredible talent, a few red flags off the field potentially. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think sometimes change is good for players. He did a lot of good things there in Pittsburgh. He had his moments that I'm sure he'd like to have back as well. I think it should be a good fit. It sounds like he's motivated to prove that he can be a number one receiver and then maybe cash in at the end of this year. But to complement him with CD, I mean, that's a pretty good tandem. And I think it kind of probably puts everyone else in the spot that they should be, as far as when you start saying, okay, who's your one, who's your two, who's your three, and what that might look like. It's a pretty formidable group that they have, and I'm sure Dak's pretty excited about it.
Seems like Brian is, I don't know if you know this is when you first met him, he's big on relationships and his faith. Did you get a feel for that when you first
Well, you can tell being around him that, you know, he's a people person. And so I'm not surprised by that part of it. You know, I think that in general, when you talk to anyone about Brian that knows him, they like him. And you know, as far as his faith goes, I've not had those conversations with him, so I was not aware of that. But you know, he's been around good coaching throughout his life. His dad and what he's meant to him, it's had quite an impact on him. And you know, I'm guessing, based on what I've read, I guess no one really knows for sure until the season gets going. But it sounds like we're going to see some Marty ball. So I think we'll see a few more rushing attempts and, you know, maybe not rely on the pass quite as much.
Do you have any insight into where Dak Prescott is in coming off his injury last year and being ready for this year?
I saw him a month ago or so, and he said he was feeling good and ready to go. I think he mentioned to you all that if he had to go play right now, he could probably suit up and do it. So I don't see any reason why he won't be ready to go. You know, hopefully he can just stay healthy throughout the year. I mean, it's a challenge. It doesn't get any easier as you get older. I know it's a pretty significant injury he came off of, and he's had a few of those. But hopefully for his sake and the team's, he can stay healthy.